Hey, I'm David Pogue. Most people know me as a tech columnist, but today I'd like to talk to you about kidney stones. Yeah, I'm real fun at parties. And guess what? You have a 1 in 10 chance of getting one someday. Congratulations! Here's the thing, when I got one this spring, the worst part was that every next step was a rude surprise. Like, nobody gives you context, nobody tells you what to expect. It's like filing for a mortgage, only with the hounds of hell clawing out your insides. So today, I thought I might tell you an overview of how this awful thing goes. Call it Kidney Stones, the user manual. A kidney stone can happen to anyone, but the odds are much better if you're white, middle-aged, or obese. Your chances are way greater if you don't drink a lot of water, if you've had a family history of these things, or if you've ever had one before. In that case, the odds are 50% that you get another one. Lucky you. The kidney stone itself is a crystal, forms in your kidney. It's made of minerals and salts. Now, it's an ugly, jagged little thing, so if photographs of body crud make you queasy, you might want to close your eyes now. See, there it is. Ugh. Okay, open. The truth is, you may never know you've had a kidney stone. If it's little, like a grain of sand, you just pee it out and you never notice. Some people, on the other hand, get giant ones, fill the entire kidney, doesn't bother them. But if your karma really stinks, your stone will be small enough that it can escape the kidney, but big enough that it gets stuck in this skinny, fragile tube that goes down to your bladder, your ureter, usually one of these 3 places. When that happens, that's called a kidney stone attack. And the pain, you will never forget it. People compare it to a red-hot ice pick, or twisting razor blades, or Michael Bay movies. Now the thing is, you've got a lot of nerves in here, all connected, so things start going haywire. You'll start throwing up, you might start shaking, you might have to feel like you constantly have to go to the bathroom. The main thing is, get to the emergency room. Right away, they'll give you pain medications, they'll give you anti-throwing up stuff, they'll give you fluids. They'll also probably give you a CAT scan to see how big your stone is and where your stone is. Now, if it's 4 millimeters or smaller, chances are 90% that you'll just pee it out on your own in the next couple of days. If it's bigger than that, about this big, then things are gonna get ugly. Then they're gonna have to go in there and get the stone out. And they have 2 ways to do that.
This is the extracorporeal shockwave lithotripsy device. Yes.
Litho meaning stone, and tripsy meaning hurts like a mother.
No, it means breaking up the stone.
Oh, breaking up the stone,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
The shockwave portion, that's what separates this from other types of kidney stone treatments. This arm is over the patient, this arm is under the patient, and then we perform an X-ray, which basically visualizes the stone. And once it's locked in, we start generating the sound waves, which are converted to energy, which then will break up and fragment the stone. This will work if the stone is not very, very hard. The whole procedure only takes about half an hour. It's a very, very common procedure. I think it's important to realize that it only works about 65% of the time, and the composition of the stone is a key component.
Which brings us to the other option.
That's right. This is our second surgical option. This is a digital ureteroscope. So this is when a patient is having a ureteroscopy with laser lithotripsy. The laser is the modality used in this procedure to break the stone up. We place this into the patient and up into the ureter, and to find the kidney stone, we're watching on a high-def screen, so we can actually see the stone directly in front of us, and we can touch it directly with a laser and watch it being broken up.
And for a guy, that means up the place that makes me uncomfortable to think about.
Yes, you mean through the urethra and the penis?
Yeah, that's the one.
Very good, yeah. Okay. And that's why this procedure, a little more invasive and requires more anesthesia, is about 90% effective in eradicating a kidney stone in one procedure.
I've had both of these procedures, but I can say to anyone who's looking at this, that this looks scary and terrifying and barbaric, but this was like the biggest nothing. You might have to leave in a stent after either of these procedures, right?
Right.
And for those who don't know, this is a stent. This was mine. I call it Harvey stent.
It would go from your bladder
Okay.
up the ureter and into the kidney.
Okay.
So it's usually about 10 inches long. This basically will help keep the ureter open and will help stone fragments pass along the stent and into the bladder and then out the patient's body, which keeps the patient out of significant discomfort.
This frickin' thing caused me a lot of pain, but I understand not everybody has that kind of nightmare after the stent. I wound up with so many meds, I needed an app to keep them all straight. I mean, look at this. Vicodin for pain, antibiotics, stool softener, lovely. And this stuff, this is supposed to numb your pee. I mean, the meds helped, but the thing is, I didn't even know they existed until I complained to my urologist about the pain. So, ask. How long do you leave the stent in?
Depends. If we've done the ureteroscopy and removed the stone in its entirety, usually 48 hours, just to allow the swelling from the procedure to go down. If we're waiting for fragments to come out, or if there was a lot of swelling at the time of the procedure, and we leave the stent in for maybe 2 weeks. And then it's removed, usually under local anesthesia as part of an office procedure.
Right. That was also a big nothing, by the way, for anyone who's going to have their stent out. You know, I actually clocked it. It was 7 seconds. Is there anything on the horizon that will make some of this look like old technology?
Really, the advances that need to be made for kidney stone disease is prevention. Educating patients in terms of their diet, their hydration status, and things like that.
Thank you, man.
I'm not going to shake your hand because you've been touching your stent.
Once you've had a kidney stone, a new thought comes to dominate your life. Never, ever get another one. Fortunately, there are some steps you can take. This here is lemon water. They say if you drink enough of this stuff every single day, the citrate in the lemon juice will create a hostile environment in your kidney for more stones to grow. Sold. I drink this stuff by the gallon. The other thing that may help prevent more stones is a change in your diet. Your doctor will probably order you one of these. This is a 24-hour pee collection kit. A lab will analyze this and maybe suggest some foods to cut back on. For most people, that's foods that contain what they call oxalates. Turns out that's green leafy vegetables, chocolate, nuts, and red meat. There's a salad I won't be eating. If you're living in kidney stone hell right now, go to a site like kidneystoners.org and read the discussions there. At least you won't feel so alone. Oh, and I'm really sorry. And if you're a member of the medical community, we beg of you, let's get to the bottom of these things. It's unbelievable that we still don't have less painful way of treating kidney stones, and we still have no surefire way to prevent them. As for me, I just hope I never, ever get one. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. It's just a red hot ice pick.